This is the case of Casey Church. He's here for his hip, almost his entire left leg. We work all the way from his foot, and I even go all the way up into core work, which is very important for walking and with your hip in general. We do a lot of stretching in the pool, which is what he's doing now. And then we work all the way using certain equipment to get different results, different muscles. All right, we're going to use the Aquafins, which adds more resistance for his leg movements. It basically causes more surface area to go through the water versus cutting it. We'll start with going out to the side. And this is to work where all the meat that he lost, kind of gain muscle back in that area. And Casey, if that's not hard enough, you can kick the water faster to increase the resistance. How's that feel?
Nice and hard.
When you complete those, I'll have you turn and go backwards. And if you don't mind turning the fin, perfect. So in order to get the fin going the correct direction, we turn the fin to achieve proper resistance. Good. Does that feel okay there, Casey? Make sure you're keeping your knee straight. Let's go into lunges next, Casey. 30 of them. How's your knee feel with these in the water?
It's not bothering me yet.
Good. Let me know if it does.
Okay.
Let's go into heel raises off the side of the step. This definitely works both legs, but in this case we're trying to work Casey's calf muscle. Whereas you can tell when he's out of the water, his left calf is much smaller than his right. Just from the surgeries and opening and having his sciatic nerve exposed once again. So we try to gain range of motion back as well as the muscle strength. So we're basically doing the same program we were doing before. Before the surgery, we were working to make sure that we gained enough muscle strength and he was able to gain enough weight so that he could maintain it through his last surgery. To do gas pedals, push it under the water. The next exercise he's going to do is he's going to use the wonderboard to get dorsiflexion and plantar flexion strength by using it to push through the water, kind of like a gas pedal. It raises up and then you push it down, both for plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. And now he's going to do inversion and eversion, moving the foot inward and outward without using a lot of his knee and hip. Which is a little bit tougher for him to do. Raising the board up, reverse of a wall squat where you keep your feet on the floor. The board's actually going to come up. He has to use legs and core in order to not go under the water. So it's a lot in order to let it come up, you use a lot of core and muscle strength to not let the board flip you. And then he uses muscles and core to push the board back down. Let's do 30 of those, Casey.
All right.
A lot of these exercises we do by not using bars or holding on a lot to surfaces that don't move a lot. Allows you to also help with your balance if you have any balance deficits. Good. Good form. You done with those, Casey?
Yo.
All right. Let's use the noodle and do planks. We're going to do a forward plank and a lateral plank to help with core stability. He's going to push the noodle down by his thighs and step out into a lunge and take his front foot and bring it back, kind of like a push-up position.
Let me do a minute and a half. Let's start.
Yeah, let's shoot for at least a minute and a half. So in order to hold that position, he's using a lot of core and abdominal muscles in order to stay there without shifting and moving a lot. Some core stability, and you also get some leg stability in order to keep your legs down on the pool bottom as well. Not an easy position for sure. Casey, before we go into the lateral plank, if you want to do your push-ups. So he also does a push-up in this position, which you would think would be kind of easy under the water, but really bringing it up, you feel like you want to be off balance. So you have to keep your core tight stomach muscles, let it up easy, and then push it back down. So your stomach is staying contracted almost the entire time in order to stay balanced and not float. It's all in stability and really a lot of core and leg strengthening. So now we're going into lateral plank, which he holds anywhere from a minute and a half. This again is to work his obliques. And it tends to go down into the side where he lost his muscle mass, into his glute med. How's that feeling, Casey? Good workout today, core-wise? Good. We're done here. All you have left is treadmill. All right, you ready, Casey? Last time we went at 2. So basically you tell me where you're comfortable, and if you can go faster, we'll do that. And really focus on, I know it's hard to control that foot right now, really focus on getting your foot through and hitting down on your heel. So this is the biggest place where we watch the camera, and with him you can notice discrepancies more on the lateral view with how his foot comes through, because his foot has to go through the resistance of the water. So in order to do that, he's really using a lot of strength to try and pull that foot through. So really from coming from the water out onto land, you should notice a difference, that his gait pattern will be a little bit better because he's working through all of that resistance now. Right now we're walking on the treadmill. We're at 2.0 miles per hour. We're going 10 minutes. Really this is to focus on his gait as well as conditioning of his legs, conditioning of his core. So it really works a little bit of everything, and then we're going to turn and we're going to go backwards to work reverse muscles. So going forward, we work all forward muscles. Going backwards, we're going to work glutes, hamstrings, calves. So we're going to do backwards walking at 2 miles an hour for 10 minutes.
This hasn't been used a whole lot today, has it?
Earlier, but it's cold outside.
Feels good.
He runs it a lot over his hamstrings. Sometimes he uses it on